That's right, kick back, chillax. We are heading for Speculation Island. Yes, indeed, it's the start of another week of live madness right here on KBS. And I'll be with you very, very shortly. Indeed. Don't go anywhere. Scotland's lost Atlantis on the way. And Mary Decina. Or as we affectionately know her, Scary Mary. Yes, indeed. We're back. We're live. Jocelyn, all the way from Alaska. Well done. Well done to you. You were first in the chat room today. I'm very impressed. Yes, indeed. Who else have we got in here? We've got Polly second, the Wookiee third, Jennifer fourth, Sidvich, a very lazy fifth, lying in bed. It's okay though, he's ahead of us in time. And listen, folks, this is a really impromptu stream because to be honest with you, I was just going to save myself for Mary Decina, our resident astrologist. I always love saying that. It's cool having a podcast where you've got your own resident astrologist, right? But she's going to be on the show tonight to mark not only the sturgeon moon that I'd never heard of before, but it's also once in a blue moon. Yes, indeed. So Mary is going to be with us live, and I will be giving out the link. And over here, you can see the link. There we are, ready to go already. There's people chilling out in the chat. Jules was first over there. And just a quick rundown of who we've got on the show this week before I come back into the chat room and talk to you about Scotland's lost Atlantis. Who knew? Who bloody knew? Not me. So, like I say, Mary tonight. We have got the blue moon, messages from the blue moon, no less. Then tomorrow night, we've got The Truth Is Out There with Ben Emlyn Jones. And then on Wednesday night, new guest, Vincent Richardson is coming on to talk about pale crawlers, flying humanoids, and more creepy cryptids. And then on Thursday night, and I haven't got the promo ready yet, and it would probably get kicked off YouTube anyway, it's my very favourite resident neuroscientist in the world. Resident astrologer, resident neuroscientist, resident exorcist, Bill Bean. I tell you, I have got a fair list of warriors that we can bring onto the show, right? And boy, do they bring the truth. But this guy here, Vincent Richardson, is somebody who I am
thoroughly looking forward to picking the mind of. He works closely with Lon Strickler, and as you can see on the promo, I've put the Beyond Explanation banner on there. Check out Beyond Explanation on YouTube if you're into all things woo. Lon Strickler and a whole host of others over there. Our good friend Jack Carey from Paranormal Planet. They are delivering the woo on Beyond Explanation on a very, very regular basis. So before we get into the whole Scotland's Atlantis, we've got two for Taz. The Wookiee, I think I got that one. Rick, our very own Marine. He will get us all in shape for the end time war that's coming. I'm only joking. Nothing as it seems. Jocelyn, yep. Malaya. That will do for the pronunciation today. That's all I've got. We've got Marty. Good to see you, Marty. You'll be looking forward to the doc coming over to our gaff here on Thursday night. I know I am. Oh, absolutely. So with that said, we're only an hour away from the show with Mary DeCina, which you can catch over on KBS1. We're going to be simulcasting it today. Usually do this with Mary. I'm looking forward to it. And of course, we'll be opening up the phone lines in the second hour of the show for you to get your own personal readings. And I know that one of our good friends, Jules, some call her Jules the Flame, she is one example of how Mary has really, really delivered a very personal and profound message. Because everything that Mary talked about with Jules in her own life is now coming to fruition. Change of job, change of career, total turnaround and things happening in her life. And that's exactly what Mary DeCina predicted only a couple of months ago. So I hope you can join me for that one. And it'll be starting just after we finish here. So I talk about Scotland a lot, probably not as much as some people would like me to. And usually I look at Loch Ness, right? We usually end up back at Loch Ness. I can promise you, and you'll be glad to hear, there's no Loch Ness today. But we are going to look at something in and around Scotland. It's got to do with water. And it's Atlantis. Now, like I said, this is a very impromptu stream. Because earlier on, I had no intentions of going live before today's show. But when I seen this story, I thought, wow, A, how did I miss it when it first came out? And B, I've got to go live. I've got to tell the KBS fam all about this one. We love a little tale of Atlantis on here. We've often speculated about it. Dang! Some people say I've even half built the new Atlantis over here at Speculation Island. What do you mean nobody says that? Okay, it's just me and Dave. That's not the point. That's not the point. Because we have got news of secrets of Scotland's lost Atlantis after 200 mysterious objects are discovered in the North Sea. Now, the name of this place is comical, okay? The underwater world named Doggerland. Why did they call it Doggerland? Dogging has got some really kind of dodgy connotations in today's world, but they've called it Doggerland. And it connected northern Scotland and Europe and was believed to have been home to tens of thousands of people before it disappeared forever. Now, I think we've mentioned Doggerland on the Kev Baker show before at some point, because it's not entirely new to me. But it says here, and I'll get into it for you, I'll make it even bigger so you can see. It says, secrets from a lost Atlantis off the coast of Scotland have been pieced together by archaeologists after more than 200 objects were uncovered in the North Sea. The underwater world, named Doggerland, connected the UK and Europe and was believed to have been home to tens of thousands of people before it disappeared forever. Located under the North Sea. Now, this gives us an idea again. This gives us a different picture, or at least a picture of how the world has looked very, very differently to what you and I recognize it as now. And it's probably shifted and changed many times over the ages. And here's remnants of one time when this was obviously dry land and people living on it. We talk about this kind of thing all the time. Very rare for us to get really hardcore evidence like we're getting here, though, right? So it says, located under the North Sea, fishermen have been dredging up artifacts from the mysterious land for years after a huge tsunami is believed to have drowned the area. Some 200 mysterious objects have been discovered since being lost 8,200 years ago, including skulls, mammoth remains, and even fossilized hyena droppings. Hyenas? But up north of Scotland, does that suggest that at one time we were in warmer climes as the planet shifted, as it rotated, as it gone round on its axis? Hey, I provide, you decide, right? Think for yourselves, folks. That's what it's all about here. A new exhibition called Doggerland, The Lost World in the North Sea, is now on display at Rijksmuseum van Uden in Leiden, South Holland. It contains the artifacts, including a deer bone with an embedded arrowhead and a skull fragment from a young male Neanderthal. It says vessels have also found the remains of lions and other animals, and a few prehistoric tools and weapons. Now, give me a moment, ladies and gents. I apologise. But our guest tonight has just messaged me, Mary, so I'm going to send her a link to this stream that we're doing right now. There you go. Just let her know. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. So we're seeing a bit of a skull turning up here. We're used to looking at skulls right after Evan and Stephen Strong coming on and showing us some amazing ones. Now this looks a bit more kind of mundane by comparison. However, it says vessels have also found the remains of lions and other animals and a prehistoric tools and weapons. Researchers from the University of St Andrews have previously pieced together the prehistoric sunken world. The research suggests that the number of people who drowned could have been tens of thousands, living in an area that stretched across Scotland, or from Scotland, across to Denmark and as far down as the Channel Islands. Using survey data from oil companies, researchers were able to map the continent and deduce its population size, as well as what kinds of animals and plants thrived there. Wowzers. The findings suggest a landmass with hills and valleys, large swamps and lakes with major rivers, plus possible human burial sites, standing stones, and a mammoth grave. So under the North Sea, let me just pull that up so you can. For anyone out there who doesn't have an idea where we're talking about here, I would imagine most people do. We're talking about. So we stretched from the north of Scotland over to Denmark and then back down to the Channel Islands. That's a massive area. Massive area. So if we come back to our little story, that's it. That's actually the story done, unfortunately. But let's have a look what it says, what we can find out about Doggerland. Here we go. So Doggerland, also called Dogger Littoral, was an area of land now submerged between or beneath the southern North Sea that connected Great Britain to continental Europe. It was flooded by rising levels around 6,500 BC, and geological surveys have suggested that it stretched from what is now the east coast of Britain to what is now the Netherlands, the west coast of Germany, and the peninsula of Jutland. It was probably a rich habitat. What am I doing? Oy. It was probably a rich habitat with human habitation in the Mesolithic period. And the Mesolithic period is the Old World archaeological period between the Upper Paleolithic and the Neolithic. The term Epi-Paleolithic is often used synonymously, especially for outside Northern Europe and for corresponding period in the Levant and Caucasus. There we go. So the archaeological potential of the area was first identified in the 21st century, and interest intensified in 1931 when a fishing trawler operating east of the Wash dragged up a barbed antler pointer that was subsequently dated to a time when the area was tundra. Vessels have since dragged up the remains of mammoths, lions, and other animals, and a few prehistoric tools and weapons. As of 2020, international teams are continuing a 2-year investigation into the submerged landscape of Doggerland using new and traditional archaeogeophysics techniques, computer simulation, and molecular biology. Evidence gathered allows study of past environments, ecological change, and human transitions from hunter-gatherer to farming communities. So who knew? Who you knew? Now, listen, it's not Atlantis. It's a lost world, admittedly, but it would be a stretch to think that we've located Atlantis off the coastline of Scotland. So I know, very clickbaity, very salacious type title to get you in the door here today. However, I was only borrowing inspiration from the Daily Record, so they're to blame. They're to blame for the clickbaity title, not me, ladies and gents. And don't forget, coming up later today, we're getting warmed up. We're getting ready to hear from Mary Decina under the blue moon. Oh, I can't wait to hear her today. I hope she's not too scary. But listen, if you want to speak to Mary yourself, all you have to do is call into the show. We'll be live on Truth Frequency Radio, the home of the Kev Baker Show. But today, as we always do now with Mary, we go live on YouTube for all of you as well. We'll be simulcasting. We'll also be over on Twitch TV. Yeah, there you go. See, we're getting all fantush and spreading our wings around here. That's what I'm telling you. So now we're going to take a look at, because I thought you people might actually want to take a look at this. Now, wait till I see if I can find it. Wait till I see if I can find it. Hang on. Can I find it? Oh, I probably won't be able to find it now, won't I know? Hang on, let me check here. Oh. Bear with me, folks. No, I've lost that one. We're going to have to go for something different. Dang it. Dang it. So we're going to stick with Scotland, right? I know, Cassie. I know, KBS clickbait. Who'd have thunk it? I know I've sunk to new depths. I really have. It's about the depth of the North Sea for our lost Atlantis, right? But listen, how about we take a look at some Scottish cuisine, okay? The kind of food that I would miss if I ever left Scotland. I did have a thing about Scottish castles, and I can't find it. For you people outside of Scotland, I know you love our castles and all of our history. This would have been pretty cool, but I've lost it. I'll try and find the link before we go. But we're going to take a look at some of the culinary delights from my country. We've got square sausage, patty scones, butterflies. There are so many items that we don't know we'll miss until we can't get them. Square sausage. You try in England to get a bit of square sausage, people look at you as if you're some kind of maniac. And I can actually feel people watching the stream right now looking around them thinking, square sausage? What are you talking about? Scotland, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Scotland. So it says here, there are some things we Scots just take for granted. Having a cold can of iron brew to hand or to help with a hangover, for instance. Now, for people out there Iron Brew is the national drink of Scotland. Whiskey no more. We drink the stuff and it's made from iron girders. There you go, folks. They make it from girders. It's as orange as a Scottish person's ginger hair. And it is the ultimate. It is the cream of the crop when it comes to hangover cures. In fact, I think it should actually be, it should make more of that. It should actually market itself as hangover cure in a can. There you go. See, us Scots, if anyone was going to invent a hangover cure, it was going to be a Scottish person, right? Because 9 times out of 10, that's what you wake up with. It's just, it is what it is, okay? So it says, or fill in a crisp Morton's roll with a square sausage or a tatty scone or both at the weekend. Ah, totally mouth-watering. But what happens when you move abroad? Problems, ladies and gentlemen. Bloody problems. These foreigners, what kind of food are they eating? How did they make it this far? There are probably going to be more than a few comfort foods and drinks that you're going to miss. Though whiskey is available worldwide and you can usually find shortbread if you look hard enough, for a genuine taste of home, here are some of the dishes that you just can't get anywhere else. Are you ready? Now, I'd say usually if you're talking about food, this would make you hungry, but maybe since it's Scottish food, I don't know. So there it is. Look at that. Look at the Iron Brew. Look at it. Oh, like I say, hangover cure in a can. So it says it's no surprise that Scotland's other national drink is top of our list, even with the contention of the old recipe, new recipe debate. I'm an old recipe kind of guy. When asked, our readers picked it out as the most obvious thing they missed about home. Eleanor Chandler, who now lives in Barbados. You see, living in Barbados, you would think, there's probably stuff there to take away your mind from things going on in Scotland. And no, because nothing is going to replace the Iron Brew, you see? So it says, while Scottish football writer Peter McVitie, who lives in the Netherlands, said it's unbelievable how much he misses it. Paul Connolly, who lives in Japan, stated that he's not had any in almost 2 years, and he said, I can't wait for an ice cold can when I get home. Sounds like us Scots have got a bit of an addiction going on to Iron Brew, to be honest with you. But we're not the healthiest. We're not the healthiest nation in the world. Square sausage. That there, ladies and gentlemen, is a Morton's roll with square sausage. You see, you thought I was lying. We do sausages square. I'll be coming into chat room soon. In Germany, there's a sausage on every corner. Ooh, mistress. Well, in Scotland, there's a corner on every sausage. Well, somebody said somewhere once, I like that. There's a corner on every sausage in Scotland. The ubiquitous square sausage is normally the first choice for any Scottish breakfast. Mark Kelly, who now lives in South Korea, joked that he wants one so badly he may need to start a Scottish fry-up place in Seoul. I reckon that would go down pretty well, to be honest with you. I actually do. I can see all those South Koreans queuing up for their deep-fried Mars bar. A taste of haggis, some sausage with corners on it, and orange hangover cure. There you go. Paul Gibson, who lives in the south of England, said, that's the one thing I miss is square sausage. So hard to get down here in the south of England. What I would give for one of my granny's square sausages in a crusty roll right now. It's got to be a crusty roll. Oh, it has to be. Even high-flying actors miss them. Scots-born supernatural star Ruth Connell said a rolling sausage is the thing that she misses about Scotland other than the theatre scene. Now, we've got this other thing up here. Armand, you'll know about this, right? Yes, also called Lorne sausage, yes. You see, Armand is, he's giving you the backstory here. I'm liking it. I dare say our good friend Rick Anderson, he'll be able to fill in some of the blanks as I go along here. But this is the plain loaf. Now, me personally, I don't like a plain loaf. I prefer the pan. However, massively underrated and with the crusts that are ideal for dunking in soup. These are hard men crusts. Like compared to your average loaf in the UK, these crusts In fact, if you were to leave these crusts out for a couple of hours, they could be used as a deadly weapon. They're big boy pants on before you drink your, before you eat your plain loaf and your soup. That's all I'm saying. So it says here, David Duffy wrote, "What is it when you come back to Scotland and you can't get enough square sausage, plain loaf, and haggis? Been away 10 years and I missed it." Yeah. You see, but you get neeps anywhere, Polly. Yeah, they're just turnips, right? It's just a different name for it. You see? Now we're getting into haggis, neeps, and tatties. You see, you were right on cue. Right on cue. It's hard to find a soft, plain loaf. Exactly. Isn't it, Z Troy? It's like they already come out of the factory, like half stale and hard. Yeah. The crust is for the man in the house, and I love the outsider. Oh, there's fights over outsiders of a plain loaf in some households in Scotland. Haggis is minging. Cassie, no, it's not minging. It's absolutely delightful. This here, ladies and gentlemen, I have been told it's God's food. This is what manna from heaven actually looked like. Yes, haggis is totally amazeballs. There you go. It's amazeballs. Well, hang on, wait till I get something up here. Oh, I've got it there. So, unsurprisingly, haggis, which is unavailable in many parts of the world, is something people look forward to when they come home. Lindsay Mackay, who lives in Bahrain, said, "Believe it or not, we can get iron brew easily, but I do miss a decent haggis supper." Margaret Hutchinson also misses good neeps. She posted decent neeps. In Australia, they are wee tiny things with no flavour. Okay, I take it back then. The Scottish turnip is a thing to behold. Fruit pudding. Now, me personally, I'm not a fruit pudding man. But some people are into it. You can eat it as part of your breakfast with a bit of black pudding there, a bit of an egg on it as well, by the looks of it. Along with the offerings, or the obvious offerings, like potato scones and square sausage, fruit pudding was mentioned by more than a few people as the item they missed as part of a fry-up breakfast. This is more of a refined taste. Not everyone has the expectation of receiving a fruit pudding with breakfast, but there are those out there that once they go down that road, once you go fruit pudding, folks, you never come back. Never come back. So, macaroni pies. Whoa. Yum, yum. Alongside the more traditional Scotch pie, the Scotch-Italian foodie fusion has a lot of fans. David Smith, who now lives in the US, wrote, "I really hope you can still get them because I need to have one when I visit. I can assure you, Mr. Smith, there are plenty of macaroni pies waiting for you over here. The supply chain is not broken. Macaroni pies are filling the shelves along with fruit puddings and haggis. We're good. We're good to go so far. A pizza crunch." Now that to many people doesn't look like pizza, right? But I have to remind you, we love to deep fry everything. Everything. From chocolate to pizza. So along with a good chip shop tea and suppers like smoked sausage and black pudding, the ever popular battered deep fried pizza is a once in a while treat for a lot of Scots seem to miss. Now, if you're somebody like Annie would love to live off deep fried pizza. Me, not a fan of it. It contains too much grease and fat. But our Annie, you like the deep fried pizza, Kevin? Ah, she does. It's you then. Well, one of them does. There's deep fried pizzas come in here. So Twitter user Pumpkin what? What a name. Wrote, "Watching Father Son Band has resulted in me educating the poor English folk about my munchie boxes and pizza crunch. I miss eating horrendous delicious food." And Carrie Rose added, "I just had a dream where I had a pizza crunch." Now that's somebody that's longing to be home, right? See, when you're like living in a foreign country and even your dreams start to put like Scottish food into the equation, For people out there thinking that there's a ghost merging with my machine, it's not. It was Kevin. It was the big man. It wasn't a ghost in a Celtic strip just kind of ghosting through there. No, as much as I would appreciate a ghost in a Celtic strip, it just wasn't. But I think if you have left your home of Scotland and you find yourself somewhere waking up or going to sleep at night and yearning for the kind of food I'm talking about here, just come home. We'll take you back. It's all right. We don't mind. So here's the other thing that people miss. And I must admit, when I've been abroad, this is something that just, even going to England, you can notice a difference. But our water, it's like night and day compared to other water out there. It says Jean Docherty said, good old Scottish water is what I miss the most. Other notable mentions include Lee's Snowballs. Oh, lovely. Butterflies. Well-fried rolls. Our broth smokies, which are, I think it's kippers if I remember correctly, and stovies. And there's a bit of a debate over the ingredients of stovies depending what part of Scotland you come from. It's a very regional type recipe thing going on. I've seen people from the Highlands and people from Glasgow almost coming to fisticuffs arguing what stovies looks like. Okay, it's me and Anne usually. However, Anne's stovies and her dad's stovies don't look like anything like the stovies I had when I was growing up. Fake stovey attack. Glaswegians eat fake stovies. That's all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, definitely fake stovey attack. Definitely fake stovies. See, Anne's wanting to go. Anne's ready to fight now because I'm mentioning her stovies. Her stovies are blatantly just stewed sausages with potatoes. Yeah, it's not stovies. It's not stovies. In Scotland, like in the Highlands, you get proper stovies. Corned beef, potatoes, onions, all mashed into one, and oh, away you go. Away you go. And listen, I can hear them behind me. They're ganging up already. They're getting ready to take back their stovies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. So the wee man's agreeing with me. It's 2 against 1. The men win. Testicles rule the day on KBS. They always do. Why? Because I'm a misogynist like that. But we'll be back after these really short messages. It's not even messages. What am I talking about? We don't have messages right now. We've got music. The best music on YouTube, may I add. But I'll be back in a moment. I'll be talking to all of you in the chat, and then we'll be jumping over to get our horoscopes, our zodiacs, our astrological buttons pressed and massaged by the brilliant, the fantastic, the stellar Mary Dacina on the way. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'm coming back. We have got Woo on the way. Before we shift gears, jump over to KBS 1. Get Mary Dacina. Oh, time's getting close now. It's getting close.
It goes far beyond one man. This needs to be fought against. This cannot be taken lying down.
There we go, there we go. Yeah, like I say, something different today. Wasn't really planning to go live at all, but when I seen the Scottish Atlantis, I couldn't resist. I did have a story about the Scottish castles, and it's weird. It's weird because I can't find where it bloody well went. And of course, tonight, sticking with the Scottish theme, we're going to be talking about the sturgeon moon. Like I've done that. Not that sturgeon, an actual fish, a good-looking sturgeon. Yeah, and that fish is an ugly bugger, right? Whoa, but it's still the good-looking one. That's all I can say. So remember, we've got Mary Decina coming on tonight to talk about the sturgeon moon. No, it's not a moon that declares its pronouns from up high in the sky. Nope, it's not that kind of sturgeon moon. Although I'm sure she probably would love the moon to tell us its preferred pronouns, because that's what our sturgeon is obsessed with. Not the fish, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe the fish are as well. Hey, maybe the fish are absolute idiots. Maybe like all the like if you're like a bit of sea life, maybe you look at the sturgeon like an absolute clownfish. And that's not to insult any clownfish out there. Sorry, Nemo. But you get me. You feel me, right? I don't mean literally feel me. That would be rude without asking first. However, I digress. I was about to get silly. I'm not going to get that silly. Not yet today. But I am going to warn you right now that we are going to be opening up what we used to call the safe space again, where I do take on a little bit of comedy and we look at some of the stranger weirdness going on in the world. Usually it leans towards the wokeness, but hey, don't listen. Woke has not got it's not got like a handle on all things weird. No, 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 no. There's more weird things apart from wokeness for us to take into the safest space and rip apart and laugh at, because that's how we deal with things around here. We laugh in the face of adversity. The harder it gets, the more we try to laugh it off, improvise, adapt, and overcome. And in the end of the day, I don't know the answer to anything. I just like coming here, hanging out with you people, and all I can ever hope for is getting you to think for yourself. God forbid you ever think or look at the world the same way I do, because my world is it's a skewed worldview I've got at the best of times, the very best of times it's skewed. So, like I always reiterate on this channel, if you're coming here for answers, probably the wrong place. I'm just here to encourage you to do what I started doing for myself a long time ago. And that's thinking for myself, not just accepting what I'm told, but actually thinking about it. And when you move away from the mainstream and you're watching the alternative, don't think you can always take it for granted that these people have got your best interests at heart, because many of them don't. Many of them are going to tell you that they know the way the world works. Many of them are going to promise you that they've got the secret answers that you've been looking for all your life. Many of them will try to tell you they've got a whistleblower or a source somewhere. Any of these things should make you run back here to KBS. Yes, it should. Because I ain't going to blow smoke up anyone's tuchus. When we speculate, we've got an island to do it on. And I always tell you when it's speculation. And at the best of times, all we can hope to do is speculate anyway. Because the information we are given is never the full picture. And in fact, most of the time, the information we are given is designed to suit a particular agenda or purpose. And you know what? The one thing I can tell you safely, we're never the beneficiaries of it. It's never for our own good. Nobody's out there to look after us, to save us, folks. And if they tell you they are, you have to do the work yourself. You need to put in the research. You need to use your discernment to figure out, or to try and figure out, or to get a handle on figuring out maybe what's going on in this crazy bloody simulation. And it gets harder and harder the more time goes on, because more and more data piles up. And at the very tip of the data iceberg is what we need to know. But it gets hard when we have to sift through all of the minutiae, all of the crap, all of the CGIs, all of the lies, all the LARPs, all of the grifts, all of the misinfo, disinfo, fake news, just so we can get our hands on that little bit of gold. that little thread that may lead to the truth. And always, 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 even when you find that grain of truth, always be aware that if it was really, really powerful, you probably wouldn't find it on the internet anyway. So with that said, I hope you are making the most out of this confusing world that we find ourselves in, because it's getting more and more confusing by the day. Truly, truly is. I've got a little bit of woo maybe before we leave today, but I'm thinking I might just come into the chat. We might do woo after the show. Might just do woo over in Disco. Disco. What's disco? I hear some of you asking. Well, that is our little safe space that is open 24/7. You can hang out in there. Sometimes there's music, sometimes there's round tables, sometimes I'm in there. Often there's many others in there. It's somewhere where you have a place to go any time of the day. And 9 times out of 10, if you drop a message in there, somebody's going to get back to you. So sometimes that's a really big help to people out there. Maybe if you're living alone with everything that's been going on over the past 18 months, maybe you've not been seeing all your friends, your family. I think disco has given us somewhere that really has enhanced, accentuated the whole KBS experience that we are a part of here. I think, anyway. And listen, it might be my name on the server, but anyone over there is going to tell you it's not a, oh, let's all tell Kev how great he is type place. I'm not in there for attaboys or pats on the back. No, we're all equal in there. We're all trying to make sense of this crazy world, and I'm no different from any of you. No different. So head on over there. Hopefully, somebody. I'm saying hopefully. I'm a lazy bastard. I could get the link here. Hang on. Look at that. 3 clicks of a mouse. 3 clicks of a mouse. That's all I needed to do. And I was about to delegate that to one of our disco people. There you go. There you go. I've seen a tweet today about the tip of the iceberg. That's what kind of made me talk along those lines. I'm going to find it here. Hang on. I think I shared it. Yeah. If we take a look at this, comes from Alien Scientist. There's a lot happening out there. Make sure you're focusing on the right information. You got the whole data, you got information, actionable insights, and then at the very tip of it all, there's the stuff, the cream of the crop, the golden nuggets, the thread of truth, whatever you want to call it. But we've got all this to wade through to get there. We all face that. We're facing paid propagandists. We're facing government troll farms. 77th Brigade, the place over in Saudi Arabia with the flies. Go and watch The Dissident. Great documentary. We're dealing with people that just are trolls, not getting paid for it. Just people that are putting out disinfo, misinfo, clickbait. You got to wade through all of this. You got to wade through the deliberate psyops and propaganda. Remember, Obama, he kind of pulled back the whole throttle on propagandizing the American people in 2013. Remember? And people wonder why it's got a bit backcrap crazy over there. It's all connected. All connected. And a lot of this information is designed to distract you, designed to take your attention to places where, yeah, it's interesting, but really, what difference is it making? And all the information, when it's put out there, it's designed to steer you away from something. Now, what that something is, that's for you to decide. And anything can become a distraction if you yourself invest too much time in it. One man's distraction is another man's fascination. And one man's fascination is another man's distraction. We're all different, ladies and gents. And it's really easy to say, oh, this is a distraction, that's a distraction. And I hear a lot of people talking in conspiracy tropes. It's like, how many conspiracies can one person slip into one statement or one sentence? Or how many dog whistles can they give to conspiracy land? And really, when you see that on Twitter and Facebook, what's it become about? Has it become about showing others how great we are because we know about this project and that project? Because if that's the case, you aren't part of the solution. Is that, you see it? You see it a lot, folks. You see it a lot. You'll see it, not this live chat, but a lot of live chats I go to. Just people spewing out all these conspiracies and all these problems in the world. And I wonder, are you just doing that because you're actively going to do something about it? Or is it just a virtue signal? A conspiracy signal to other conspiracy theorists out there? It's a weird world we work in. And you got to ask.
So what are you going to do about it? Nothing? Sweet Fanny Adams, is it?
Yes, indeed. You use a Ouija board, and not the Glaswegian Ouija's though. Reefer to. Nah, a Ouija board would have I and no on it. I and no. And cheerio. It wouldn't have goodbye on it. It would have cheerio. See you later, mate. Something like that. Ciao for now. Later, big fella. That's what it would probably have on it. Catch you later, big man. I might make a Scottish Ouija board in Photoshop. I think that might be quite funny, actually. That could be quite funny. Exactly, Bernays. Exactly. Indeed. What else is happening? Vain babbling. I like it. I like that. You should get that on a t-shirt. Sounds like the name of a rock band. Vain babbling. Yes, indeed. Well, you know, it's
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Indeed. 1999, I will be your satisfaction and distraction. Don't forget your coupon code. Says Nacy. Coupon code Nacy is I can't think. Just coupon code Nacy, and you'll get 19.99 off whatever it is Nacy's offering you. There you go. Free for all. Nacy's handing out free giggles and free distractions and the promise of a free satisfaction. Now, hey, I don't know what that entails. Don't shoot the messenger, right? Don't shoot the messenger. So I'm gonna have to go and get ready and get Mary real soon. But remember, we're over on YouTube today. We're going to be simulcasting 22 and a half minutes until the show begins. And here I am chilling out with all of the KBS. The KBSers, yes, indeed, you hardcore KBS people. But like I say, we're going to start looking for more edgy content. There's only so much you can do with the woo day in, day out. And I need to get back to the safe space. Remember the antics we got up to with traffic cones and all that good stuff? That's still okay. That's still all right for us to do around here for now. So leave that with me. We will get back to our safe space. I'll probably have to do some new graphics for that since I've totally... This used to be the member set. It used to be where I took the members and they would get something different. They would get all these snazzy graphics and everything else, and it looks like my arm's been chopped off, but that's okay. That's okay. I have been told in the past I'm armless. I'm a nice guy. I'm armless like that. I'm leaving work early and we'll be there for the stream. Well, most of it says algorithm, and that's not the algorithm that I go toe-to-toe with and I lose sleep over at night. No, it's the real algo, and you can catch him on Algorithm Radio, which you can catch right here on the biggest video sharing platform in the world, the brilliant YouTube. Yes, indeed. Because I love it around here, don't we? We all love it around here, right? Algo, cheers to you, brother. Yes, there is so much woozy, Troy, and it's not that I'm not going to be doing the woo. I love the woo. But at the same time, I also love laughing at some of the wokeness, the pronouniness of everything, the bizarreness, the upside-down world we live in, and our descent into something akin to the movie Idiocracy. In fact, Idiocracy probably looks kind of like mundane by now, quite tame, compared to the real world we're living in. Only thing that isn't here yet is President Camacho. I think that was his name. I might need to watch again. Big Terry Banks. No, was it Terry Crews? Is that his name, Terry Crews? Aye, Terry Crews. He's the president, dude, isn't it? Good movie if you haven't seen Idiocracy. Bit old now, but I tell you what, it was meant to be a funny look at a dystopic future. It was never meant to be the playbook. It was never meant to be a documentary about where we're going. Only we've ended up there. We have ended up there. I'm just saying. What else is happening in the chat room? There's a lot of hellos. That we're going through the Walton period. When somebody new comes into the chat room, you know, they turn up late or whatever. There's the Walton experience that happens, right? Happens on all live chats. Hi, John Boy. Hey, Sue Ellen. Then we all go, hey, bye. All that. It's the Walton effect. Younger people out there are saying, what the hell's the Waltons, Kev? What's the Waltons? Well, if you don't know the Waltons, you missed on a very wholesome TV experience. Yeah. Simpler times, eh? Simpler times. Dang. Old John Boy Walton. John Boy? Used to love that show. Not a big fan of House on the Prairie. That wasn't one of my ones, but love myself a bit of the Waltons, I must admit. Remember when they had the Waltons over here, Z Troy? Remember that? You watched the Waltons, Anne? Nah, Anne didn't watch the Waltons. Eh? You did? I was going to say, Anne strikes me as a bit of a person that would watch the Waltons like myself. Hey, listen, I watched the Waltons too. Oh, she says Anne doesn't really agree with my viewing habits. I'm trying not to laugh because even I can see why a normal, average human being probably wouldn't enjoy my love of really, really like in-depth documentaries, B-movies, really, really crap zombie movies or shows, even worse disaster movies. I love a really crappy disaster movie. Love it. What was one I was watching the other night? Asteroid Geddon. Comet Geddon. It was something Geddon anyway. Yep. Algorithm says to tell the lovely Anne hello from all the KBSers. Well, I tell you what, when I meet the lovely Anne, I'll let her know. Oh, I'm only joking. She's in the kitchen right now. I'd already got a shoe for that one. And everyone says hello. See, got that one pretty cool. Yes, indeedy. Night, Sue Ellen. Bad Taste, Kev, is still the best movie for gore. Yeah. Bad Taste. Is that the name of the movie? Might give it a go. Could be why you'll be drunk in bed during Kev's stream. Yep. Probably best to be drunk when you listen to me, I would imagine. What else is going on? I didn't see the movie. Oh, Idiocracy. Bernays, go check out Idiocracy, man. You'll get a laugh. You'll also be thinking, wow. Although it's a comedy, they were actually quite accurate. John thinks they've stolen the sun this summer with all the rain to starve us of vitamin D. Well, we're actually getting ready for a new heat wave over here, John. You need to come over to newly sunny Scotland. All this climate change is having a really positive effect on my suntan weather. I must admit, the Comet movie. Oh, it was a really bad one, Bernice. You know, I went through about a fortnight where I watched a series of these B movies, right? They were all on the Sci-Fi Channel. And by the third one, I was kind of laughing. But, you know, they used all the same actors. They used the same facility. It was basically like they finished one movie. Even Anne's moaning about it now. It wasn't the same story. One was comets. Aye, well, listen, the world's going to end somehow, right? What can I say? Listen, when you're in the end of the world movies, you're probably going to find they've got a plot where the world ends, right? I'm just saying. So listen, does Anne literally or metaphorically look down upon you, Kev? Well, no. We are literally the same size. Now, they're contesting this behind me. It's absolute baloney, man. I've tried to explain this to them umpteen times. If I didn't walk with just a slight little little like dip in my head. I'd be way bigger than Anne. It's just because I kind of slouch over. I look even smaller than I am. But look, long story short, and they say, yeah, she does look down on me. Okay, deal with it. It's not that I'm like pissed off about that or anything. No. Listen, I'm used to being the smaller one in the relationship. All right. I'm trying to think if I've ever had a girlfriend that was bigger than me. Smaller than me. Nah, didn't take me long to work that one out. Nah, I can safely say, never had a girlfriend smaller than me. Yep. It is what it is. Right? What can I say? So what else is happening? Not a lot. I really need to get going because I've got 15 minutes. I really need to go and get Mary, get sorted. I've got to swap out all the graphics and everything. And here I am just chilling out, speaking to all of you. Bernays, Algo, Nacy, Z Troy, nothing as it seems. Jules, Bernays, John, Z Troy, Referee 2, Connie, Jocelyn first in the chat today, well done. And everyone else out there, Rick, Armand. Breaking news from Sky, crap, Cassie, ZX81. All of you in there today, thank you for being here. Like I say, very impromptu stream. I just thought I had to come on and talk about Scotland's lost Atlantis. Not quite the way it sounds in the title, but still interesting. And I think we'll probably dig into this more. Really bad pun there with the archaeological slant to the story, but we will dig into more of this and find out more about this Doggerland for one of our shows coming up in the very near future. This week we are all booked out, ladies and gentlemen. All booked out. And first up, to kick the week off tonight, we have got, before I get out of here one last time, Mary Dacina. And she's going to be over on the Kev Baker show. I'm going to drop that link right now in the chat room. Link to live stream KBS. Connie, don't thank me. Honestly, thank you for being here. Probably could have maybe even saved this for another day, but what to kick off the week because we've not been doing as many pre-show streams as we have been, and that's on me, folks. I'm not making excuses because it just hasn't been possible the past couple of weeks, but now that we're back to it, I don't want you thinking that I'm slowly losing interest in all of this. Couldn't be further from the truth. I wish I could do way more for all of you out there, even if it was just to go live to give you somewhere to come and hang out, because I think that's quite important right now, and I think we all get something from that. It's good to be surrounded by people that we don't necessarily have to agree with on everything, but we know that we're all here for the right reasons, because we all have recognized that we're all on a journey and we're all playing this crazy big game. Call it a simulation, call it life, call it the universe, call it what you will. But I tell you what, we're all in this together. And if we don't stick together, we're surely going to fall apart. I am out of here. Take care. God bless. See you in about 10 minutes. Join me over on KBS1. Keep it real. Keep your mind open. Keep looking for the woo, but not to the point where your brain turns to black goo.